The AgriWiz Mobile App is designed for a mobile device, such as a phone or tablet, and allows monitoring data to be entered at the time it is measured in the field, and uploaded to the main AgriWiz program when there is a suitable Wi-Fi or mobile data connection. The app can be downloaded from whichever app store is appropriate for the device. Important: this app may be used for data entry by persons who have no other permission access to the AgriWiz program. The first time a user logs into the mobile app, they must have a Wi-Fi or mobile data connection in order for the farms, fields and stations associated with the account to load onto their phone. They can then save records in the field, even if they have no phone connection, and sync them later, because they will save to the phone. A farm manager, or above, can follow these next steps to allow data entries in the field. To set up a new field user, from the dashboard check that you are in the correct account. Top left of screen. If necessary, click Switch Account and select the correct account. Begin by selecting the Settings button to start the user invitation procedure. Navigate to the User Management section where you can manage existing users and invite new ones. Use the Invite User button to open the invitation form for adding a new user. Click the Email Entry field to prepare for entering the new user's email address. Enter the email address of the user you want to invite to the platform. If this email address is already in the AgriWiz database, a current user, that person will be given immediate access. Otherwise, an invitation email will be sent to the address and must be activated. Note: unless a current user has full access to all the farms on the owner account, they will need to be sent an invitation to each new account and farm that is added. Users can be given access at an account or farm level. Select Role drop-down to choose the appropriate role for the new user. It is important to choose farm level before selecting a role if the user is only to have access to specific farms. Account level access gives access to all farms in an account. Select the relevant role to assign the correct permissions to the invited user at an account or farm level. Select the level of access and role and click Send Invite. Special note: an employee who will only be adding data to the mobile app in the field should only be given access for mobile access at an account or individual farm level as required. This is shown here. The Send Invite button will dispatch the invitation email to the new user. Click OK to confirm that the invitation has been successfully sent. Repeat the process described above for adding an additional new user. The next section explains farm and field stations for effective data logging. If you already record field data through the monitoring section of the AgriWiz program, your farm and field stations names will be allocated by AgriWiz, but you will have the option to change the names later. AgriWiz will migrate your data automatically and allocate stations accordingly. It is critical that you contact us before you attempt to enter any data in the mobile app and when you have made your last manual entry through the program. Once we have completed this process, you can only update field data through the mobile app and not through the main program. It is extremely important to understand where entries must be made on the mobile app. Rain can be entered anywhere within the boundaries of the farm. Unenriched water data must be entered at the site of the relevant farm station, especially for the very first entry, as this will set the location. For later entries, you will be warned if you are not at the correct point. Water and fertilizer data such as EC of the irrigation water must be entered at the site of the correct field station, especially for the very first entry. For later entries, you will be warned if you are not at the correct point. Irrigation depth, canopy radius, fruit growth, phenology, soil moisture and fruit counts can be entered anywhere within the boundaries of the field. You will be warned if you are not in the right field. For this reason, it is important to check that the farm and field boundaries are correctly drawn on the Farm View and Field View page. All users will log into the app using the same credentials that they use for the AgriWiz program, if that applies. It is important that each user has their own login credentials so that activity can be tracked and that they save their login credentials where they can find them. AgriWiz cannot retrieve passwords. The user must use the Forgot Password function on the login page. Data logging will take place at 4 levels. 1. Farm. As the climate station is applicable to the whole farm, only rain received will be logged here. 2. Farm station. The main purpose of this station is for recording the EC and pH of the unenriched irrigation water. The most appropriate place to do this is at the inlet valve to the pump house or mixing tanks. If the farm has more than one pump house, it will require a farm station for each of these. 3. Field. This is where all in-field measurements will be recorded. Irrigation depth, canopy radius, fruit growth, phenology, soil moisture and fruit counts can all be entered at any location on a specific field. 4. Field station. A field station has a specific location. This is where the irrigation water information is entered, for example EC, pH and volume. You will have more than one field station if measurements are taken at more than one location in a field. Important. Data entered into the mobile app can only be edited up to the time that the app is synced to the main AgriWiz program. Once the data has been synced, it may only be edited in the AgriWiz program by a user with a high enough level of permission to do so. This identity of the user entering or editing data will be tracked. Please note the following very important warning. Before the mobile app can be used in the field, the farm and field stations must have been set up by AgriWiz, as already described. Any new or additional stations can only be added by a user with a suitable level of access, e.g. the account holder or a senior farm manager, and must be done in the AgriWiz program itself. To create a farm station in the AgriWiz program on your computer, click on the farm name in the left-hand navigation panel. This will open a screen where you can add one or more farm stations, if the farm has more than one pump house, and see a list of any that have already been added. Select Add Station to begin creating a new station within the selected farm. Enter your station name, such as Pump House B, to identify the new station clearly. Note that the location of the station will only be set when the first record is captured for this station, so it is important that the person entering that data is standing at that point when the entry is made, for example next to the unenriched irrigation water inlet valve. Save changes to store the new station details and update the farm configuration. Proceed will confirm the addition of the new station and continue setup. Once AgriWiz has allocated station names, you can edit these. Select the edit pencil and a screen will open where you can edit the station name. Save your changes when done. To add an additional field station, select the field name to navigate to the specific field where you will add field stations. You will see a list of any field monitoring stations that already exist. Click Add Station to start adding a new station within the selected field. Enter the name for the field station, such as Top Block 02, to distinguish it clearly. Open the drop-down menu to associate the field station with an existing farm station. Select the appropriate station to link it with the new field station for data logging. Save changes to record the field station information and its association. Note that the location of the station will only be set when the first record is captured for this station, so it is important that the person entering that data is standing at that point when the entry is made, for example next to the irrigation water sample point. Click Proceed to finalize the field station setup and move forward. Follow the same procedure already described to create an additional field station within the same field. You can use the same procedure to edit a field station name as already described for farm stations. You have successfully added and configured farm and field stations for data logging. Verify that all stations are saved and associated correctly to enable accurate environmental monitoring and data collection. In summary, the AgriWiz mobile app empowers farm managers to efficiently collect and manage data directly from the field. By following the outlined steps for user setup, farm station configuration, and data entry, users can leverage the app's capabilities to enhance their data management practices.